You know how sometimes you fall down a weird internet rabbit hole? That was me last night. I was deep diving into some obscure e-commerce site, the kind that sells stuff nobody has thought about in decades. I was looking at a listing for a vintage travel adapter, one of those bulky, yellowed plastic things from the 90s. Purely out of boredom, I scrolled down to the reviews. There was only one. 5 stars. I clicked on it. The review started out weird. It wasn't about the adapter at all. It was a story. And the more I read, the colder I got. It was talking about a kid who was obsessed with dinosaurs, who broke their arm falling out of a treehouse at age 7. It mentioned a first crush, a high school graduation under a rainy sky, a disastrous first attempt at cooking spaghetti that ended with the smoke alarm going off. Every detail, every silly, embarrassing, private moment, it was my life. I started shaking. My heart was hammering against my ribs. How could anyone know this? The review kept going, describing my university years, my first job, even the argument I had with my sister last week. Then it got to today. It described the room I was sitting in perfectly. The half-empty mug of cold tea on my desk, the specific poster hanging on the wall, even the way my cat was curled up asleep on the blue armchair in the corner, my breath caught in my throat. Then I read the final paragraph. It described this exact moment. Me reading this review, my face illuminated by the screen. And then it described what would happen next. It gave a date and a time down to the second. It described how I would be alone in this very room when it all ended. It was so specific, so certain. I tried to back out to close the window, but my hand was frozen. My eyes were glued to the screen. I frantically scrolled back to the top of the review, looking for the user's name, wanting to report it, to block them, to do something, but there was no random username. There was just one word, a single 4-letter word that made my blood run cold. It just said self.